Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. How are you doing, Alex?
How are we doing? How are we doing, people? Mm-hmm.
You recovered from NFP Friday?
What happened? We didn't. It was quite a quiet NFP, wasn't it?
It was a bit of an anticlimax, wasn't it?
Yeah, we didn't even take a trade. I don't think.
Oh, that's a bit loud.
That's how we wake up the morning.
Let's get things
Do you know
moving.
what? I said to myself this week. I was like, you know what? You're going to be very picky with your trades this week. Very picky.
And what happened this morning?
I saw USD CAD.
You saw USD CAD when the US and Canada are still asleep, and you thought, I want a piece of that.
Yeah, that is exactly what I thought. But I'll give you the rationale of why that.
Oh, please do. I'm
go
genuinely
through.
Intrigued.
Yes, let's go through because. So, this is USD CAD, and this is the trade that I'm currently in.
Morning,
the reason
Henry.
I'm in this lovely trade.
It looks amazing.
This lovely trade. It actually does look kind of good, actually, if I'm honest. And the reason being, we've had a nice push up. We've come into a fib. I actually didn't check this, but I can see we come into a nice fib. We're now finding support off the 50. We've got a push up breaking these highs. Push up breaking these highs right there. We've broken up. We've found buyers. We've come back down to a retest. Pulling my fib to the top, to the low of that. Now we're in a 50 fib. So now I've gone down to a lower time frame. And I found myself an entry. So I actually, my entry is, if I'm honest, where did I get into this? I got into this here at 7 a.m. It's a bit later, actually. It was around about... It was a little bit later. I think it was around this candle here. Now we are in consolidation. I will get out of the trade. My actual stop is probably a little bit too tight, if I'm honest. But the overall target with this would be to take out this high, which would be 44627. I'm not going to trade it up to there. I'm going to trade it up to this high right here. That will be the trade. At the moment, it's consolidating. I don't know if it's going to push out right now, but that is what I'm actually looking for. That's the trade. So overall, 2.64. What I'm going to try and do this week, I'm going to try and challenge myself. Leave a little bit in the market. Let's take 90% off. Leave 10% just to run a little bit more. And I'm going to try and be picky with my trades. This was actually a very picky trade. I'm not going to say that it's just out of the blue. This was the trade, we said last week, close it. That would have gone to TP. That would have gone to TP. But the USD CAD is what I'm looking at. We just need to see a little bit of momentum coming in, or we're just going to end up consolidating around this area, and eventually all of the stops that are under these and under these and this and this, they're just going to be taken out, and we're just going to range like this and then until we get a direction. So that's probably what we're going to have. I do think there's a little bit of momentum coming in right now. This guy, I've looked at some of his beliefs. I've seen who he is, who's taken over as the Prime Minister of Canada. Him going head to head with Trump is probably not a good idea, and he I think people are going to be very wary about what's going to happen in Canada at the moment. So
Well,
that's why
he's the former Bank of England governor, isn't he?
yeah, he did an amazing job with the UK, but also look, if you're looking on the Dixie is coming into. If we have a look on the daily, we had such a big push down. I am looking just for a little bit of a retracement. So Dixie having a retracement, Canada situation. That's why I'm long Canada, because we come into this area, and now we're starting to see maybe are we going to have a little bit of a retracement. As you can see here, we had one push down, we had all of this push down, and we couldn't actually break, and now we're pushing up. Obviously, we're still in this range. So until we break, this overall range, we're not doing anything. But if we do something like that into this area, then we can then look, okay, then reevaluate. But at the moment, that's the trade that we've got on today.
I would just like to just draw attention to, did you just discuss fundamentals?
No. I think I did. I'll just,
Did I just hear Alex talk about fundamentals?
No. I just said, the Prime Minister he of Canada doesn't look like he's gonna, do a good job of fighting off the big T. And if he doesn't fight off the big T, then it's a big mess. And this just looks like it's just consolidating, and it looks like momentum's to the upside. So that's the reason why I got in.
Fair enough. Well, today we have no news. Literally, there is no news to talk about, as in scheduled news. So we're a little bit late, guys, because StreamYard is playing all. It is, isn't it, Henry? It is.
No, it's not.
It is fundamentals.
We don't do fundamentals here. We trade 1 minute time frames with support.
This is Alex. Something's happened to Alex over the weekend, guys. I don't know what it is. But yeah, news today. There's nothing. There's absolutely not a dicky bird. I mean, we've already had some EU news, with the balance of trade for Germany in January being much lower than expected. But industrial production much higher than expected. So it'd be interesting to see what's happening with the euro this morning. But yeah, nothing else until tomorrow, where we get a few bits and pieces.
Jolts could move us, to be fair. Jolts could move some things.
Jolts could move tomorrow. That's 2 o'clock GMT. But remember that the US is an hour ahead now for the next 3 weeks as well. So the US have had their daylight savings since the weekend.
So that means for us,
US
it's opening 1 hour earlier.
Later.
Later.
Because they've gone ahead. They've moved an hour forward. And the rest of us will move an hour forward in 3 weeks.
That's kind of annoying. I like getting into positions on New York Open.
Yeah, exactly. So you're just going to have to wait a little bit longer, test that patience of yours. So yeah, we've got some interesting stuff moving at the moment. We've got the pound and the euro looking like they're falling through the floor right now. So it'd be worth taking a look at those. If we look at what Friday finished like, we had the CAD and the Aussie and the New Zealand looking very, very weak against the CHF, euro and pound. Yeah. So are they retracing? Let's go have a look. Well, look at that. The pound, after all of its strength that it had, pound is selling off. Selling off at the beginning of the week. Is it already setting its stall? I don't know. That's the low that I'd be looking for it to break right now. It hasn't done it so far. We look at
I would be looking for a retracement to a fib and a continuation on that for it to take that low. I don't think it's going to take that low straight away right now. I think it's going to retrace and then it will take that low. To be honest,
you think it's going to take that low?
I don't think it's going to take that low straight away. I think you'll probably see a retracement and then it take that low. But that's a really clean, that's really fast move. And look at that Look at that trade. That was a missed trade. That was on the 50 on the EMA retracement to the EMA retest continuation to the 200.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Right, I'm gonna set myself a reminder for every morning, because you're an hour ahead of me. Every morning, I'm gonna set myself a reminder. I'm gonna say, send the strength scores to Alex. All right, just an nice and early morning, early doors.
Yeah,
right? You can go and see these opportunities before you miss them. How about I do that?
What time did that touch the? Had it
here.
retrace on the EMA?
Or here?
Yeah, that way. Yeah,
that was what 2 hours ago.
That was a miss.
Just it was a really nice setup as well. Even if you didn't have the EMAs, look at the retest of that engulfing there on the 15-minute. That's a really, really nice retest. So, and right now, let's see, it might actually take those lows now. Actually,
yeah. USD CHF pushing very nicely.
Let's have a look at it. USD CAD looking nice. USD CHF.
The only thing, looking at everything, look at what pound's doing. So pound would have been better to go in. If we're having a look at all of the futures, CAD isn't exactly the strongest, but it's stronger than pound at the moment.
Yeah.
So out of all of these, really, it should be really looking at pound dollar. But if I had a look at that, if I would have only have noticed that would have been the trade that I would have preferred to get in, into, but I wouldn't have got the entry.
Pound dollar right now could look really nice for buys. Could look really nice. Just the 1 minute wick that it just created looks really, really nice. It's taken the last area of liquidity, I think, which is down there. Let me just pull up my chart. Yeah, so look, it's taken the last at this stage. Remove other music.
27529. So you have to remove. I think you have to remove my screen and then put yours on. So
can you guys? But
yeah,
guys, let us know if you can actually see it on the stream.
27529. 275.
So let me know, guys. Can you see it? But hopefully you can. But you see on the 1 minute, we've come down and we've retested this area, which on the 1 minute earlier on is this little wick here. This little turnaround. It's taken this last area of liquidity and it's shot straight up. So there could be a nice little scalpy buy coming in, potentially even just up to here, where you take a long from where it is right now, let's say, stops just to there and take profit up to there.
Henry, so that's a really nice level, to be fair. Henry's pulled out a really, really, really nice level.
127.
Yeah, 127529 is a very nice level, especially on a weekly, coinciding with a 50 fib, 200 EMA, 50% retracement of this this bullish impulse candle. Yeah, man. Yeah, aiming, a really nice top of the range type of play coincides as well with the fib pool. Henry, I will give you that one. That looks like a really nice play.
There is some nice liquidity down there. I'm going to put a nice at 7679. There's a nice liquidity level there on the 8 hour. Yeah, certainly can see it. And actually, there's still stuff further down. Remember when? I think we're already going for it, are we?
Oh,
yeah,
mate,
we're already going for it.
USD CAD shooting up now.
Yeah,
and
that ties in with GU pumping down.
GU was going to say crap in itself. Shitting itself. See, yeah, these are things. I love the volatility. I love it. Yeah. But it's also, if you're on the wrong side, it can be very annoying. If you're on the right side, it's fantastic. But if you're on the wrong side, it can be super, super frustrating. And crypto's been getting absolutely smashed. Absolutely
it's
smashed.
mullered. It's totally mullered.
Dead.
Crypto at the moment is still, I don't think it's finished. Look at it. I just don't think it's finished. I still think we're gonna go lower on Bitcoin. I don't see it recovering right now. I'm still bullish long term, but I still think we're gonna go lower. That's my thought. But yeah. Give me a sec. I'm just getting a message from Jonathan. One sec.
Okay, so there's got a nice push up. What I'll do once price gets up to here and takes this high, I'm gonna wait for. I shouldn't say it, but a retracement, and then I'm going to trail, so something like that, and then I'll trail my stop. I normally should just set and forget, just not touch it. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just not gonna touch it. I'm just gonna not touch it. Just let that happen. What else is going on? Let's have a look at the FTSE. The FTSE, I was playing around with this idea, and this had a really nice trade last week. I didn't take this trade because I don't trade the FTSE, but I wanted to see how its reaction what was going to be for the EMAs and the FIBs. It was really, really, really nice. So we had a push up. We broke up these highs. So right here, we broke up from these highs. Then I was like, okay, now we've broken up. Are we going to get the redemption trade? We're calling this trade now the redemption trade. And it's just because, I lost my ass last week 2 weeks ago in the UK, and this trade redeemed everything. So this is why it's the redemption trade. And it worked really nice. So I think I might have a look at more FTSE trades if they can fall into the plan. I anticipate a retrace to Bitcoin and 68. Should we go through, Michael? Do you want to just go through all of the markets? We'll just do a run through absolutely everything, and we'll mark up the charts. And I'll give. I'll put you there. You go. Let's start from the top. Let's start from Bitcoin.
Let's go from Bitcoin. So Bitcoin on the daily, we've broken past that 200 EMA and we're looking pretty solid below it. So it just feels like we've got to come down here. I just don't see how we're not. There's a lot of FUD going right now in crypto. A lot of FUD. Everyone is just up in arms over everything. ETH as well. I mean, look at Ether's broken further down. Solana back to levels that you were looking to buy, actually, Al. Solana back to 128.
I'm waiting. I don't want to catch a falling knife, so I do want to see a little bit of structure that is just congruent to support, just to show that it's actually found support and it's not just about to. I'm not just looking for that one candle. I just need some, like a Head and Shoulders or something.
Out of all of them, right? So if we're going through Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, these are all daily charts. SUI and XRP. XRP is the only one that actually looks bullish. XRP is the only one that looks like it's still got some decent support. It hasn't come to the 200 EMA, and it still looks like, okay, this is the one that could really go. Pepe is just dying like every other meme coin right now. Doge as well. Supra. This one was a poor decision by me to get in on. Memdex, my dear Memdex.
Damn.
My Memdex is just. But the utility is supposed to come out this week finally, so we're hoping there was a bit of a big activity on the weekend from the community, so we'll see how that plays out. Let's go look at the indices then. We'll start with the Dow. The Dow Jones came down, took out all of these levels of liquidity here. It has not, has it taken this last area of liquidity? It has not taken this last area of liquidity. So I still think we're probably going to still see some more sell-off on the Dow, because we've come to this 200 EMA, but we haven't really tested it on the daily. We've almost tested it, but I still think if you look at these two pushing down further and expanding out, when you see that happening, you still get further push down on the downside. So could certainly see that starting to sell off a bit more. We have broken past the 200 EMA on the NAS, which is not a good thing, I'm sure, for those of you who have got investments in the NAS. That is not going to look nice. But I saw that Trump is even saying that, there's a chance that they'll even go into recession this year. He's actually admitted it, that, that there will be some pain, there will be some stuff. He's now saying, oh, the stuff we're trying to do is really big, it's really challenging, that recession may come. So I think New York Open this week is going to also be interesting to see how that one plays out. See how the guys in the US actually react to this when it fully opens up. But all of the US indices are looking rather weak. You pulled the FTSE out. The FTSE is actually holding enough support right now. So it seems like we're seeing how we used to see the UK and potentially the DAX as well, showing some kind of confluence alongside the US indices. We're seeing a bigger divergence from them now, and they're not necessarily falling in line.
Pound goes down, indices go up, money's cheaper.
Yeah, exactly. And the reality is that the noise and the comments coming out of Europe right now and coming out of the UK right now is defense spending is going up, and that that is going to go towards European defense manufacturers, not US defense manufacturers. So I think we're going to see much more of a, people are saying, oh, the world order is changing. It really is. It really is. Japanese Nikkei has also hit some support levels, but it too has broken past the 200 EMA. So, it's been ranging for a really long time. It hasn't really shown any kind of trending like the others have. So that one's going to be interesting as well. Obviously, with the yen showing more strength because of the rate decisions in Japan, we might see the Nikkei showing a bit of weakness still. I know you pulled up the Dixie earlier. The Dixie, I think, broke this zone that I marked out previously. Let's have a look. It came down to it and literally kept within it, I think, did it? Let's have a look. 463. No, it broke it. So it's broken past that level. I still think it's going lower. I honestly think the Dixie is just, maybe not immediately, but I just think there's so much weakness there. There is so much. I personally think that Trump has underestimated the response from Europe, from Canada, from Mexico, and all these guys. And I don't think he anticipated that everyone was going to turn around and say, fine, we'll do it without you. And now all of a sudden, all the money's flowing out of the dollar and going into all these other markets to say, yeah, okay, right, we're in for this, Yeah, exactly, Henry. But what's interesting is that people deliberately pumped the US dollar in anticipation of Trump, I think, because they knew it was going to come down. That's my personal view, is that people knew that Trump was going to lower the value of the dollar. He was going to devalue the dollar no matter what. And I think they pumped it before he came in so that they could get the best possible prices to sell. That's my personal view. The same happened in 2016. But I still think he's he's talking about having his cards and everything else. I think he's got his cards wrong here, personally. I think he's thinking he's got a strong hand when actually he doesn't. Interestingly, on gold, I was looking at gold over the weekend. So I was doing some work over the weekend. look what gold did do on the weekend on Friday. I think it was it Friday? Yeah, Friday afternoon. It eventually did come and take that level, but look how it take that level. I mean, it just tapped into it. Those inside bars, honestly, they are so powerful as a target, especially on gold. They are really, really strong levels to consider. And we're going lower now. We're going lower. So is that the dollar strength right now showing? Be interesting to see if it can hold up. You know, we're gonna maybe see something like a retest of this area here before we go further for all-time highs. You know, somebody said it in the chat, you know, there's the meeting between Henry said it, the meeting between Trump and Ukraine. There's supposed to be some meeting in Saudi Arabia, I think, this week. Whether or not it happens, I don't know. Yeah, exactly, Henry. Buy the rumors, sell the news. Exactly. He is bluffing. He is indeed bluffing. He is not a very intelligent man. He is he's a con man, as far as I'm concerned.
Who's that?
And Trump. He's a con man.
Don't call him a con man.
I can.
Oh God.
That's my view.
Seems I got a meeting at the moment. Sorry, I'm gonna have to leave you, Mike. I've got a meeting with the. I've just noticed with the above.
Alex is in trouble.
Let's see what happens with it. I'll show the trade that we've currently got on, and then hopefully you guys can watch it and know if I'm going to end up losing that particular trade or not. It is this one right here, so you can see what's going on. So we've broken up the top of the range. We're coming back into the top of the range as well on a 50 fib on all the EMAs. Ideally, we're going to find support here, and then we're going to start pushing up to these highs right here. The take profit, I'm not looking for a take profit, honestly, there. I'll just put it there just for the time being. Taking these highs would be ideal, but that's the trade. So I'm going to go and jump into this meeting, and then hopefully I'll come back to some profits. If not, you guys would hear it on stream that you've watched me just take a loss. Can't win. I love trading. Do you know I started reading Tom Hubbard's book again?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's really good, man. You should read it again. You've read it, haven't you? The Biggest Loser
Yeah.
Win. Read it again.
Yeah,
man. I forgot half of the stuff that he written there.
We will see in a bit, mate.
All right, mate.
There we go. Right, let me just position these layouts. God, give me a second, guys. Is that no? We don't want like that. No, don't want that. That's better. That'll do. We'll just hear a scream in the background. Do you know what it probably is? It's probably Al's just suddenly got a meeting where, you know, Mike has called Trump a con man. It's like, Mike did what? You let him say that on stream? Do you know what? We're all entitled to our opinions. I just think you can't look at it this way. Look what Liz Truss did to the UK when she came into power, right? Trump is essentially doing the same thing on a much bigger scale. And Liz Truss didn't last very long as UK Prime Minister. So that's my take on it. Let's go have a look at Euro USD. Euro USD is selling off at the moment. We also have liquidity further down, much like GU. So looks like we're going to see, certainly for now, some strength coming back into the dollar. We did get this interesting position here, where we came up further. The reason I still think we're going long, because we've still got this area here. Now we are in that weekly, if you see here, the reason I still think we're long is because if you look at this weekly candle, it didn't particularly wick off from here. Let me delete these drawings. If you look at them, that is such a big bullish move. I just can't see how yes, okay, we're bouncing off the 200 EMA, but that wick isn't a very strong one, at least not in my mind. And we still have more room to go. You know, look where the 200 EMA is on the monthly. We're so far off it. And I really do not believe that anyone anticipated the car crash that is happening right now. I really don't. I think Trump and Musk really underestimated the strength of or the size of discontent and fury and anger that they were going to induce by doing what they've done. And they're only making it worse for themselves, is my view. Let's go have a look at GJ, because we've got some, well, Japanese yen not so much, but on the, I think it was on, is it on the real-time one? Yeah, the yen looking really, really strong here, and the pound looking quite weak at the moment. Selling off on the daily right now, but it hasn't managed to break that low. So let's just draw that here, and let's drill down further, and we can see we've hit this support area. So again, there is further argument to be said, right? Can we see it going down further? But this, let's bear in mind, this was a bullish candle on Friday. So let's say overestimated US power. Yeah, this is it, Ahmed. The idea that the US is invincible and untouchable. I think what's happened personally, this is just my take, right? This is not anything else other than my view, and this is not an educated view. This is just my view based on what I see and my assessment of the wider geopolitical situation. If you look at the last practically 10 years, because it is 10 years, believe it or not, it is 10 years since Trump declared his candidacy for the 2016 election. He was already talking about it in 2015. It is 10 years since the first talk about the EU referendum for Brexit. It's 9 years since Brexit took place, or the Brexit vote happened. Look at how long we've been having this division. Look at how long we've been having all of this kind of divide and conquer type mentality, right? It's been going on for so long. People are sick of it. And I think when Trump has come in now, I think he's thinking, all right, now's the time to seize the opportunity. The UK already turned around and said, no thanks. Germany already said, no thanks. Poland have turned around and said, no thanks. All of these Western democracies have turned around, seen all this right-wing extremist views and everything else. I'm not saying they need to go all the way to the left, by no means. We need some centrist kind of opinions here and centrist kind of approaches to things. But the US have turned around and said, no, we had Biden. Yeah, okay, things weren't great, but you had a damn good economy, and blame Biden all you want, but Biden didn't make the pandemic, right? The pandemic happened for whatever reason, yeah, exactly. He's telling people to stop complaining about the price of eggs when he was the one that said he'd reduce it on day one. And it was clear, it was clever of China to retaliate with tariffs on agricultural projects targeting Trump's main voters. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Extreme to the left, extreme to the right is no good either way, right? And I genuinely think people are sick of it. I really do. I think the moderates, I think, have just had enough. And the moderates who voted for Trump are just sitting there going, what the hell have we done? And I think he and Musk in particular, Musk is on something. I'm sorry, guys. Don't get me wrong. I know people like Twitter and they like their Teslas or anything else, but look at what's happening to Tesla right now. People are rebelling against Musk like you wouldn't believe. Here in Europe, Musk's name is mud. In fact, Musk's name is worse than mud, but I'm not going to say it here on live stream. So I just think, I genuinely think the US have really played a poor card here. But that's just my opinion. Let's go back to the charts, shall we? Let's go back to the charts. He is Hamed, and he's going to regret it. He over the weekend, him and Marco Rubio picked on the Polish foreign minister because Musk was suddenly calling him a small, stupid man or something like that, and Marco Rubio then responded to Sikorski saying, this is all made up. If it wasn't for the US, then Russia would already be on the border with Poland. Russia already is on the border with Poland because Russia shares a border with Poland, which he seems to forget. So, but what was interesting was Rubio turned around and said, nobody's threatened to turn off Starlink. So Sikorski turned around and said, thanks, Marco, for confirming that nobody's going to turn off Starlink. And so now, if they turn off Starlink, something to go back to them and say, well, you've gone against your word. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting few weeks for sure. Let's go and have a look at EuroJ. I think it was Hamed said EuroJPY. Yeah, EuroJPY is also selling off quite nicely this morning. We've come and taken these levels that I talked about previously. So this 4-day and 2-day. So we've come and taken that. We'll always see a reaction when it takes such a big level, right? You see these ones here. Look, it took this one here on the 1 week, and it took this one here as well. I can't remember what time frame that was on, but it went and it took it. Let's see if we can find it. It would have been on the 4-day, the 11-day, no, the 22-day. I think it's the 20. Yeah, look at this, the 22-day. Nobody would think that was going to be taken, but it did. And there it is. Russia's already trying to do it, Hamed. They've already got Russian troops in Moldova. There was a guy from Moldova getting stopped by Russian troops in Moldova. They're already doing it. So yeah, not good. Let's have a look. Let's see what CHF JPY is doing. CHF JPY, look at that move. I mean, granted, that's on a much higher time frame, but I was looking at this. When did I look at this? This last year. I looked at this last year. I caught a beautiful trade on this back in September, and I caught this area here. I think it was around about here, and I bought it up here. It was one of my best trades. World War VI, yeah, exactly. We had Aussie dollar was selling off, and that's also gaining some strength again. Let's have a look. What does it look like on this fib that I've drawn here? It's come and taken this liquidity level. As we can see there, it's come and retested. We're probably seeing a bit of US strength coming back into it, but overall looking very, very strong on the daily with that engulfing candle to the upside. We've not taken this last area of liquidity here, so I would still expect us to come further up before we see any real significant moves. 22-hour looking bullish, bouncing off the EMAs up here, and still got room to go up further up here. Same on the 11-hour. The 11-hour looks really nice. That previous 11-hour candle from last night has closed bullish, so looking strong. And we've also got this this inside bar on the 11-hour as well, looking quite positive. NZD USD as well. Let's have a look. Yeah, pretty much almost an identical chart in that sense. I've got a fib drawn down here for some reason. Yeah, look at that. Where did I draw that from? That's a really old fib. It's a really old fib, actually. It's a fib from December 2023. I mean, obviously I didn't draw it in December, but I've drawn it based on this move here having not been broken. And look how it's just, that's just that dollar strength that came in anticipation of Trump potentially. I think there was something going on in New Zealand at the time, at the end of last year. But then look, I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me just change that. That's probably better. Look where we've come. 161, 127. Easily see us coming back to close that off again. Again, suggesting weakness in the dollar. Let's go see how Alex is doing with his USD CAD. It looks like, yeah, it's stalled a little bit for him, but no, actually, no, it's coming back up. He's all right. He's okay. Is that, yeah, that's an open wick. So that's a nice little level for it to get taken. It does need to now break. It's broken that. It hasn't taken this inside bar on the 5 minute. So there is still liquidity higher up. So you've got liquidity there and you've got liquidity there on the outside of this zone. So certainly areas to target, and you've got this inside bar up here as well as liquidity to target. So certainly some areas, and let's just check this one. Oh, that's a nice little area. That one there, let's just mark that out properly. That's a 5 minute double top. Let's see if it's anywhere else. Oh, it's a 15 minute double top as well. Or could it be? No, it's not a 30, but you've got an inside bar on the 30 there. So certainly looks like Alex might even want to hold this one, is what I'd be saying, because that looks like a really nice move up, I would say. You got this big engulfing candle here. It's bounced off the EMA. We've broken the 200 on the 30 minute. Yeah, that looks like a really, really nice area to target. And we've got this zone here. What have I marked out that for? Is that on the 12 hour, on the 11 hour? Yeah, that's a really nice out. That's a really nice area to target. What do I say? The 12 hour and the 11 hour. Really, really nice area to target. And you've also then got, no, that's got a wick on it. That looks really, really nice for buys. We've come down further than I expected us to, I'll admit, but I previously said that we would still have to retest this area, and it looks like we will. So certainly looking interesting for buys on dollar CAD, and it's found some nice support here as well. Look at the EMAs coming together on the 1 hour. That I would, you know what? Let's just see. If we took that trade, let's just see. Even if we took it now, I'm just going to leave this here and we can revisit this during the week. Remind me. Oh, actually, hang on a second. Let's just make sure we're not going to get caught. No, we're okay. I thought for a second there we had equal lows here, but we don't. So let's just say we've got. Is that an equal low? Ooh. 576. No. Okay, so I think Alex might be all right with this one, wherever he's gotten in on. This is an equal low on the 5 minute, and because it's an equal low on the 5 minute, it's also going to be probably an equal low on the 15. Yep. On the 30. Yep. On the 45. On the 50. On the 1 hour. On the 2 hour. Yeah, it will go, but that is going to be a major area of liquidity to be targeted. Yeah, that is significant liquidity. Yeah, all the way up from the 2 hour and rolling down. So you've got 2 hour, 1 hour, what did I say? 50 minute, 45 minute, 30 minute, 15 minute, 5 minute, 3 minute. Technically, no, it won't be the 2 minute, but it'll be the 1 minute as well. And it's all double bottoms. That's really, really significant. Really, really significant. That's just such major liquidity to be targeted. I'd want to see how price reacts in these areas right now. It seems like it's also taken. Yeah, look, it's taken this high here. Let's see. I think Alex's trade should go to TP because there is liquidity up here, but I don't like the way that on so many time frames. That's a really, really significant level. So I'd be careful with that one, especially given the fact that the US is open a little bit later. Just so many different factors can play out with this. But we'll see. Let's see how it plays out. But I'm pretty sure if you left a trade like that, so below these lows, you might be all right. I just feel that that's going to be a major liquidity area that price is going to want to come and take out. So let's see. This is just going to be a paper trade for me. But anticipating that price comes back up and takes these highs here as a swing. Actually, the way it's forming on the 4 hour, we've got 10 minutes left. Actually, it might just leave it. It's got a 5 hour inside bar there. Yeah, that's on the 7 hour is not great. And the 8 hour, it's liquidity on either side of it. So it might not go just yet. And because there's no news to really shift things around, you might find that it just it chops up and down. So USD CAD, be careful, guys. An 8R, yeah, an 8R on that would be nice, Henry. But I would, I'd be, yeah. I don't like the way that 11 hour here is engulfing to the downside and has reacted off this wick. Granted, doesn't look like there's anything further. Oh, actually, no, there is this 12 hour pulling it down potentially. But I think that's probably going to get left for the time being. Let's have a look. You have got significant liquidity down here. It's just a question of whether Trump is going to do something out of the blue randomly that just nobody's anticipating, and then all of a sudden zoom, the markets just fly in one direction or another. Looking at it, that looks bullish to me. That looks bullish. That's less so, as is that. That looks quite bullish though. Let's take it back to the 1 hour. What's it doing on the 1 hour? The 1 hour is struggling, isn't it? It's coming up to the close of this hour and it just can't seem to push through. You see that? It just can't do it. Switch to a line chart. Okay. What time frame do you want, Hamid? Looks sideways since December. Yeah. Do you think so? I'm not sure. I mean, it depends what time frame you're looking at it. Yeah, I can. Do you not see it as an expanding? If we look at it on the line chart, don't know. Now it gets more clear vision on. Yeah, No, I can see that. Certainly looks like it's pulled back down, it's taken these lows and now pulling up. Do you generally use line charts, Ahmed? I'm on a sell on the NAS. Let's have a look. NAS. TP is 9908. Nice catch. Nice catch, Ahmed. Really nice catch. So your TP is down here somewhere. Really nice catch. Very, very nice. Nice one, man. Yeah. Congratulations on that one, man. How's your account looking? And Ahmed, have we got you in ABL? I can't remember. Have we got you in the community? I'm hoping we do. Oh, look at that. We've taken that level on gold. Reacted from it. It's the question now of what does it want to do on that area there. It's probably just going to smash through it. It needs to take this low, which it has done. Or has it? No, it hasn't. So still last area of liquidity. What did we come to? We've got something here. Nasty little wiki area. No, it's got an inside bar there. I think gold is still going to sell, which would tie in with your... You never got the link, Ahmed? Ahmed. Don't tell me that. No, not that one. Hang on. Let me... Alpha, beta. There we go. There you go, my friend. The website is up and open. Yeah, go take a look. It'd be great to see you in there, mate. We'd love to have your contributions and your thoughts on the markets. We've got can take the opportunity to share this with you guys. So you come in, you get the general feed. Daniel is just killing it with a lot of great content. You'll start in here, so you'll get a welcome video from Alex. You'll have some kind of information, quick videos, just outlining the different elements. Then, just like in Discord, we've got an announcements channel, but then there's basically there's 4 key areas, I would say. First one is community chats. So this is like a live chat channels. You guys will see the Lab Lounge and the Day Traders Desk. You won't see these two, but you'll see these two. This one is for advanced traders, and you'll see that is when you get to a certain level as an advanced trader. Then you've got the community contribution. So this is where we're basically trying to build out community-led educational insights, content, thoughts. So we've got 101 basics, really good post yesterday from Nuno with regards to back testing and how to look at back testing. So he's done a really, really good insight there on back testing. We've got body and mind, a couple of posts there so far from Daniel. This is an interesting channel. This is an interesting space because everyone that applied to join Alpha Beta Lab all said, oh, I want to talk about psychology, but nobody's come in yet with any kind of insights or comments or thoughts on it yet. We've got the reading library. So what books would you recommend? What websites would you recommend? Those sorts of things. Sharing your journey. So, we've got people basically just sharing what they're trading, whether it be a prop account, might just be something else. We've got all that. Then we've got Strategy Bank. So people sharing their different ideas on how to trade. different strategies. Then technical tools and indicators. This is where Daniel just has gone all in and basically given everything in terms of MT5. There's like 24 different chapters to Daniel's MT5 information and guides. Then you've got the you have got the courses, so you won't see all of them, but there are more and more courses coming. So you'll have all of these coming very, very soon. So if you go in here, you can see them. So we've got some drafts coming, but the two that you should see at least is, I think you definitely see this one from Dirk, and you also have got the one from Louise Bedford as well. And then the last bit is the live streams and the workshops. So live streams are obviously these sessions. We're still waiting for our graphic designer, unfortunately, to catch up with us and to create all of the graphics. But we've got them all scheduled for the rest of the year. Generally speaking, we're going to be live every day, Monday to Friday, on YouTube. We might be doing some live on the actual platform here with the Go Live section, but that's still to be determined. But yeah, we've got every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're in 9 a.m. CET, 8 a.m. GMT, where we've got the Alpha Market Pulse, and then we've also got the midweek market intel on a Wednesday. And then on a Friday afternoon at 3:30 CET, 2:30 GMT, we've got the lab report, so a summary of this week's trades and what's been happening. So all of that is in there. There'll obviously be more events and more things coming. One thing I will maybe just share with you guys and act as a reminder, my apologies, but it is something that Alex was probably meant to do at the beginning, but I'll do it quickly now, is one second, is I'm just going to quickly remind
Master Risk free online marathon is going to start super soon. 6 sessions, 8 experts, and 6 live hours. So on March the 11th at 9 a.m. GMT, we are going to start with all of the risk management topics covered in one full day of practicing strategies and live demonstrations. What's going to be included? Free exclusive resources, a new account exclusive for the event, and 15 10k high stakes accounts up for grabs. Now the first 5,000 people that register will get access to an exclusive contest. So go below, join now for free, and we'll see you there.
There you go. In case you'd forgotten, but hopefully you haven't. That is what we've got going on tomorrow. So as for tomorrow, we won't be live here. Hey Vikas, good to see you, my friend. We won't be going live tomorrow on ABL because everything is all going to be over on the Fiverr stream. So make sure you join us. I know some people have gone to the lengths of actually taking the day off tomorrow from work so that they can watch the whole thing tomorrow. So we hope to see you joining us for that. It's going to be quite the event. We're going to be talking a lot about ABL there. There's going to be all sorts of rewards and content and insights. I mean, it's just the stuff that the Fiverr's doing right now is really insane with all the kind of the content they're giving away, and all of it's for free. It's really, really insane. So make sure you tap into it, make sure you make the most of it. And gold is pumping. Gold is really pumping. It's interesting. Gold is flying back up. Let's have a look. Did it break that low? Let's just check. Because I saw that we had that inside bar, do you remember? And it's taken that low there. And now it's really pumping. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to reverse now. But that's a really interesting reaction. It's broken this low here, but it's still got liquidity down here, which is obviously on the 1 hour as well, I guess, on inside bar. Yeah. So I'd say it's still probably going to sell off. It's just because it's pumped so far past the 200 EMA that it's got to retrace a little bit. So always interesting to see when you see something like that. It'll probably do something like I would expect to do something like that. Possibly, maybe not this top here. It'll come down from maybe here instead. Let's see. Oh yeah. It is a good place to reverse. It is a good place to reverse, but I think it's still got legs to go further down. These are widening up. So let's just have a quick look at USD CAD before we go. Let's see if Alex is going to come back to his desk with some profit. Where did he have his... He's got his TP up here, hasn't he? I think that's what he's looking at. It's taken this one, but it's reacted off of that one there, has it? Yeah. So I personally think it's going to range a little bit more. There's too much liquidity either side. I'd like it, for his sake, I'd like it to come and take this major liquidity up here. But I'm not sure. I think it might come back down. We'll see. Who knows? I don't know. Guys, I hope you find these sessions useful. We're constantly trying to come up with ideas as to how to make it insightful and entertaining as well, and interesting for you guys. So if there is stuff that you'd like, Alex and I are, Alex has obviously got a lot more experience with this than I do, in terms of trading, but also in terms of, YouTube content, stuff like that. But ABL is this new platform, this new community that we're building out. So you guys very much get to shape what that looks like. And we will be adding more and more ideas, more and more approaches to things. And we want it to be led by you guys. So, very much for anyone that wants to join us on these live streams, we're more than happy to have you joining. You've got Stephen. I don't think he's around today, but Stephen's jumped in. He was one of our founding members, not necessarily familiar or comfortable jumping onto camera and jumping on stream and everything, but he's been doing it and he's absolutely killing it. So, if you guys are interested and you want to join us, then, pop us a message, reach out to us, and we'll be happy to have you guys join us and sharing your thoughts and insights as well. This is very much community-led trading. And we want everyone to benefit from it. So yeah. All that's left for me to say is thanks very much for joining. I will be on the Fivers live stream later this morning at 11:30 GMT, 12:30 CET. So hopefully see you there. If I don't, make sure to sign up and join the Master Risk event tomorrow. Next ABL session will be Wednesday morning for the midweek report, or the midweek intel, sorry. I hope to see you for that then. Thanks very much, guys. Take care. Sorry. This is where Alex hasn't said it properly. 1 second. Okay, I'm going now.